In the spotlight, Fiddler on the Roof, a classic musical filled with tradition and one instantly recognizable dance. Every night, the iconic bottle dance wows the crowd.
So I wanted to find out just how hard it is to perform it. Is there Velcro here? Because
There is no Velcro.
There's no Velcro?
No.
Right off the bat, I knew this was going to be a challenge. I'm very anxious about this because it's been a long time since I've tried to dance. So take it easy on me, okay?
You'll be great. You're going to do fantastic.
All right.
Yeah.
The show's dance captain, David Ferguson, and dancers Michael Greenberg and Yochai Greenfeld were confident they could teach me the moves.
You're going to lift the right leg and go 1. And you're going to step on it.
Now, do I have to go as high as you guys?
You don't have to go
okay,
as
because
high
I can feel some tears.
Michael says you do.
Okay.
So.
Those leg lifts were nothing compared with this.
And here comes the fun part.
Okay.
We're going to go all the way down to our knees. And we'll stop.
Once I got the basics down, it was time to figure out how to balance the bottles.
String coming out the top of your head, just like walk around like you're a king in court.
Well,
like
that's how I often walk
1880s
around anyway.
There you go.
You know? For the most part, I managed to keep that bottle up.
Down to the knees.
Oh, it's holding on by a thread.
Hold it on by a thread.
Excellent. Now, I missed about 45% of the moves, but the bottle didn't fall.
Until now.
Then I discovered this was just the beginning.
And then come back to both knees.
Part of the dance is done on the knees.
Left foot, drag. Now you can release arms and turn around to face the front and we finish it up.
I cheated so badly, I was like... Eventually, the bottles went back up, and I gave it one last try.
Left foot, drag, release, smooth, does it. And to the front, finish. Yeah!
Way behind time, but the bottle's up there.
Hey, what? Yeah.
At least I'm not alone.
The goal is to not drop a bottle, but we've had a couple bottles fall into the pit. One of them is crashed on the drum sets, on the cymbal, and landed in time with the music, and we all were very astonished.
The guys tell me the bottle dance is something they know people are waiting for.
The audience loves it, and they usually start roaring and cheering and clapping as we're still doing it, as though they themselves can't really contain the excitement of it, and that is the most fun.
One thing that I really enjoy about doing this tour is leaving the stage, leaving the theater afterwards, and getting to see the people's reactions. Their favorite thing can be the bottle dance, and that really puts a smile on my face and makes me realize why I do this every day, because it's not easy, but it is rewarding.
As for me, we're going to edit all of my drops out, so I can say now that I did it without dropping it. I did it perfectly.
Fantastic, you did great. I mean, hey, for the first time learning it, you were incredible. Left foot out, release, turn around, and big finish.
Oh, boy.
Did you pull a Hanny?
Yes, I actually am still icing. You do
You're in physical
rice,
therapy.
right? That's the rest, ice, elevation, compression, all of that. Fiddler on the Roof will be at the Emerson Colonial Theater in Boston through March 8th. And I want to give a special shout out to Michael, David, and Yochai because they were so nice to me. They taught me that, and it took maybe 15 minutes, and they were very patient with me.
You were fantastic. But we want you to keep your day job.
Yeah, I think I'm going to be staying right here. No problem.